Chi-X, a SIBO global markets company, presents the following investment series. Information and insights brought to you by Australia's innovative stock exchange, delivering local and global opportunities for Australian investors.
Welcome to the Chi-X, a SIBO global markets company investment series. In this series, we take a look at products and investment strategies available to trade on exchange. And today, it's the Cosmos Global Digital Miners Access ETF, ticker code DIGGR, from Cosmos Asset Management. DIGGR aims to track the Global Digital Miners Access Index before fees and expenses, which is composed of global companies with a primary business focus on digital asset mining and infrastructure. The fund is quoted and traded exclusively on the Chi-X funds market. Joining me in the studio, Oren Darcy, Director of Investment Products at Chi-X, and Dan Annan, Chief Executive Officer at Cosmos. Well, thank you both for joining me here in the studio today.
Thanks, Elliot. Thank you for having us.
Now, Oren, tell us about Chi-X, a global markets company.
Well, Chi-X is a stock exchange committed to developing and improving Australia's financial markets. Launched back in 2011, Chi-X has seen sustained growth over that 10-year period, and on any given day accounts for about 20% of Australian markets' equity traded volume. It also accounts for about 35% of warrants and ETF trading. Earlier this year, Chi-X was acquired by Chicago Board Options Exchange, or SIBO Global Markets, and is now really part of a truly global exchange network. SIBO have over 15 locations around the world, and they're the largest ETF issuer in the USA.
So tell us specifically about the Chi-X funds market.
We launched our funds market back in 2019, and we spent the last couple of years focusing on growing that out. It's now a very diverse investment product offering. It includes asset classes such as fixed income and equities, and different structures such as QMFs, which are actively managed funds, and index funds. We'll hear a little bit more about index funds when Dan speaks about DIGGR. DIGGR was one of our first index funds, and it's also Australia's first crypto industry focused ETF.
Now, Dan, we'll go to you and talk about DIGGR. What kind of process did you go to set up this index?
At Cosmos Asset Management, our goal is to be the preeminent digital currency manager in the market. And one of the things we were looking at is being able to deliver a pure exposure to the digital currency asset class. We looked at the universe and and noticed that the digital miners, which are basically the infrastructure behind the coins, had a high correlation to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so we took that basket and essentially put together a rule-based index to deliver a product in the market.
How important is it for investors to do the relevant due diligence when exploring these sort of options for investing in a crypto ETF?
I think that's extremely important, and not just for crypto ETF options, but every single ETF option that you decide as an investor to invest in. All providers and issuers in the market will have their holdings available to you on their website, right? So as an investor, it's extremely important to just lift the hood, look behind the label of what the ticker is saying, review the underlying holdings to ensure you're getting what you're getting. With DIGGR, our process was to try and deliver the closest exposure or high correlation exposure to the digital currency asset class, and that's exactly what we did.
What are some of the key indicators that you've already seen in the index to show a direct correlation between crypto and Bitcoin?
Yeah, look, with the high correlation of DIGGR to Bitcoin and some of the other coins in the digital currency space, we launched the product on the 28th of October. We saw Bitcoin, hit a record high. The first 5 days in that run of Bitcoin price, we saw DIGGR return 25%. At the high point of Bitcoin, we saw DIGGR return 43% as measured by NAV. Again, we've seen a correction in Bitcoin, and we've seen that same correction in the DIGGR price. So I think investors should expect a high correlating exposure to the coin price, whether that's Ethereum or Bitcoin. And that's how we've designed that product, to give investors a pure experience exposure to the digital currency asset class.
Now, can investors expect more of these type of indexes from Cosmos in the future?
Again, as I stated in the beginning, our goal is to be the preeminent digital currency asset manager in the market. So investors should expect to see from us exposures in the coins themselves. There's a lot of conversation going on in the market around Bitcoin and Ethereum. Cosmos Asset Management was the first fund manager to actually apply for an application for a Bitcoin ETF in the market. So investors should definitely expect something from us there. And again, we will look to see how else can we deliver exposure in that asset class to investors.
Now, Oren, how do investors that are interested in Digger trade it?
To find more information, simply log on to the Chi-X website, and if you want to trade them, you log on to your broking account. So if it's a CompSec or a CMC or a NAB trade, simply look up the ticker code, DIGA, place your order, and the units will settle back onto your holder identification number or your HIN in 2 days' time.
Well, thank you both for joining us here in the studio.
Thanks, Elliot. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you.